Hey, budgeting friends. I am so excited to be here with you today. This is something brand new that I didn't even do last year because honestly, I wasn't into budgeting at the beginning of the year. I really didn't get into it until about March, and yeah, I just didn't really dive into the world until then. So, oh yeah, how do I do this again? Oh yeah, there we go. Anyways, I just didn't really dive into it until about March. So I did watch a few other budgeters do this last year once I did get into budgeting. So I knew I definitely wanted to do it for 2021. And that is do a 2021 budget. Now, some people are like, why would you do this if you do a budget every month? Well, I really think that budgeting, you get to start over every month, and you really don't, once you're done with that month, you don't go back and look. Some people do a lot of the, budget with Budget Mom planners. Actually, they do that. They go back on one of their worksheets and they compare what they saved this month to last month and all that kind of stuff, but they don't go even further. So this year, I like to do that. On top of it, I think doing a full yearly budget really puts some things in perspective for you. So you don't really, month to month, you look at, how much you're spending on your household, or you're spending getting your eyelashes done for say, or even if you do budget for those type of things, because those things are important to you. Sometimes it's more eye-opening when you have to look at the number that you're spending across the whole year, or the number that you're spending on groceries looking across the year. And for me, that's something that I really want to do. Now, also for me, I do have it where our budget is pretty slim pickings at this point. We don't have much wiggle room at this point. We don't have a ton of free expenses, I guess I should say. We do a little bit more in our sinking funds. So, but those, can be adjusted all the time. So I am going to do a 2021 budget. I also, though, am going to do a 2021 sinking funds, so that I can get a goal in mind for our sinking funds. And then I also want to do a savings tracker. So this is one thing that I definitely have been wanting to do. I think I actually need to set up 2 of these technically, because I have 2. I gotta think about that. I have 2 savings accounts, but one is really for our sinking funds and the other one is for our savings. So maybe not. Maybe one is fine. I'm going to set up one for you so you guys can also see how to use these stickers, because I have been getting a lot of questions about them. So what I've pretty much done is you almost kind of use them like a monthly budget, except for you're doing it for the whole year. I am also doing this in a erasable pen, just in case things really change. Obviously with 2020, you've seen, with 2020, you've seen that things went all crazy. So, I definitely want to make sure that there is room to change things and, move things around. Ooh, except for this is not my favorite pen to write with ever. Huh. That is not a fun pen. It's really... I don't know. Maybe I'm not going to be using these. Okay, well, the whole erasable pen thing is just not going to work because I am not loving how those are writing. I could have swore I felt like those wrote better when I reviewed them. We'll figure that out. And I thought I had actual friction eraser pens too, but they might be upstairs in my room. So anyways, getting back to this. Okay. So we're going to put hubby And then we're also going to put, mine. So, and then I'm also going to put miscellaneous. Miscellaneous is going to be maybe another stimulus, doubt it. Anything extra that really doesn't go into income, as far as maybe we sold something, maybe our tax returns, something along those lines. We've never gotten a tax return in like 7 years either, but something along those lines for you guys, at least. Like maybe that's a tax return, something that's non-income, like you sell a car, or you sell, something along those lines would go there. So I am going to need a calculator for sure on this. So as of right now, my husband receives a paycheck that's $1,354 every 2 weeks. That's even like eye-opening at that point. Like, honestly, his job is for $50,000 and we only bring home 35,204 of it. Like, that's kind of eye-opening right there. And those are the type of things like that I do want to see. That after taxes, after insurance, after all the crap, we're only seeing 35,000 of that. Like, that's nuts of it. Okay. Past all of that, moving on. For me, gosh, guys, I have no idea what my life is going to entail in the next year. I don't know if weddings are going to be a thing. I have no idea. So as of right now, what I'm putting into the budget at right now is $800 a month. So that's $9,600. I honestly think that's a bit low, especially in wedding months. I, can make as much as about, in 2019, I had 6 $10,000 months. So in the business, so in my photography business, in 2020, I didn't have one $10,000 month. So yeah, I mean, it's just, this is where I really probably needed to use the friction pen, no matter what it was, because this is just, it's not an accurate number, but I have no idea what 2021 is going to be. So, I really, this is where my job is going to be a little bit hard to do a yearly budget, but I wanted to come on here and just put it out there. So, bear with me in that regards. The fact that I'm exposing any of these numbers to you guys is kind of, more than what a lot of people do. So, have grace. So all in all, that's $44,804, which is like kind of numb crushing. Like, it's crushing to me to see that number, because before COVID, our income was almost double, or it was probably double plus some of that. So, but because I've given my studio up, because I've done a lot of different things pertaining my business, I'm going to see, I don't have half as much overhead. So we will be fine. Even if I only get half the amount of weddings back this year, we will be fine, because I don't have the overhead that I had last year. So I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be just fine. So, okay. So the next part of all of this, hold on. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. And for some reason my screen is very dark and I can't see it. Would be your expenses. So now you're going to go over your expenses just like we do in our monthly budget. We're going to be doing our fixed expenses and then our variable expenses. and listing them all out. So our fixed expenses are our mortgage, TV, or cable, I should say. And this is where you can get a little bit more general than your monthly budget, because normally I write out like DirecTV and all that kind of stuff. I will put the Acadia still, because that will be a yearly thing that I will have still. The Acadia. We are going to put our water. We are going to put Netflix, which I just got a thing in the email saying it's going up another $1. Car insurance, which is going to be another thing that it's going to probably change. Cell phone. And heat, electricity. Okay, so there's those. And then over here we have gasoline. We have groceries. I don't know how to do that. A household. Spending. Eating out. Okay, and then sinking funds. Okay, so let's fill these all in. So our house or mortgage is $819, which means we pay $9,828 a year. TV and cable, right now we're at $52. I'm gonna budget for $60, just in case there's like fluctuations and all that kind of stuff. So that's $720. My Acadia is $400. Gosh, this year do I hope that we can get that to go down. $4,800. Culligan is usually about $30 a month. So $360. Netflix is going up to $13.99, which is $167.88. Car insurance is about $150. I know this will go up because eventually we will get another car. So I'm gonna budget for $250 right now, just so that I have it in there. So that is $3,000 a year. My cell phone bill is about $170. It will probably be about $180. We did add my son's cell phone. The only thing we have to pay for though is the insurance. So everything else I paid outright for a phone, and we got a free line. So that was a major budget. Yay. So $2,160 a year. And then heat is going to be it's usually about $180-ish a month. So that's what I'm gonna kind of, there's winter months where it does climb above that, but oh, that's weird. So $2,160 also. All right, so with gasoline, this fluctuates a ton, especially right now with me, nobody driving anywhere. But for the most part, I do $200 a month. So $2,400 a month. Groceries is $250 a month. Oops. So $3,000 a year. Household is $100 a month, so $1,200. Spending is $150 a month, so that's $1,800. Eating out is $100 a month. I can expect that to probably not work, but we'll keep it around. Sinking funds we're going to come back to. You'll see here in a second. All right, so we'll put our totals down for each one of these. I'm always going to leave a space too in this just because, again, things change. And I'm also going to leave one here because, again, we might be adding a car to this. And honestly, at right now, I have a space in my monthly budget for car savings. So with this, I'm not even adding in another car. And normally we're saving for a car. So I'm just not even going to include that. It will be, that's fine. Okay, so I can add this one up, but then we'll come back to the other one. So 9,028 plus 72, 720, blah, blah, 4,800, 360. All right, so those are $23,195.88, which, darn Netflix, I should have just rounded it up to $14. So I didn't get those ugly numbers. Anyways, okay, so here are going to be just like our monthly budget, monthly totals. That, and this is really where I would like to see, are we going to be able to save for anything? So there will be income, fixed, variable, balance. Like, what could we potentially save? And then at the end of the year, like what we actually saved. So it'll be really fun to see at the end of the year. I think this will hold us a lot more accountable, all that kind of stuff. So there is that. Loveliness. I don't know why I have this underneath of you guys. That's probably distracting us all. Get out. Okay, so flipping over. I'm not doing this in my real budget planner actually, because I didn't want to be flipping back and forth between a million pages. So this is just my note pages still in its note thing. So sinking funds. So this is definitely going to be where I'm either going to have to see. How I'm going to set this up is what I would love to see in these accounts. Now, I feel that income is very, right now, in the world we're living in right now, honestly, your income is very variable. Oops, I don't know why I peeled that one off. At least in my eyes, there's just so much you can do right now to increase your income. It's just all about the hustle that you want to have. So what I'm going to do is put down all of the sinking funds, and I might miss a few that I think about later. All of the sinking funds that I would like to add to our 2021. There might be months that I'm not adding to these. There might be months that we fill one and not fill another, or, you know, something along those lines. But I definitely want to write them all down, and I want to get like a goal. So definitely like Christmas. Like Christmas, we saved $600 and something. That was great. Great since we started late, COVID hit, all this other junk. I would like to have $1,200 for next year. That is about what we need for this year. Kids are just getting more expensive. They're just going to keep on getting more expensive. And yeah, that's just where our budget is almost every year, between $1,000 to $100. So those type of things, I just have a goal in mind of where I would like to be with those, and see if we can reach them. I also have, you know, things that I've been adding, as you can see from my sinking funds. They've grown. Actually I can't go back because I don't have that in my Christmas planner. I should pull out my budget sinking funds from March. I think there was like 5, you guys. So it's getting larger. I think it's going to get even more. I'm going to leave space this time because I definitely want to add more. So this time I am going to try and, nope, you know what? Not even going to try and alphabeticalize them. It's just not even going to happen. So let me write these all down and I'll get right back with you. Okay, so my mind is blanking right now because I know that there's been way more things that I said that I would like to save for, or have a sinking fund for, or that type of thing. And I can't think of, oh, you know what? I do want to put a house maintenance. It's definitely one. We have a car maintenance. We need a house maintenance. I would also just like to keep track of how much we spend in house maintenance stuff. I know this year in general, it has been a lot. We've had things after things happen at this house and it's just like, whew. So, house maintenance is definitely one I would like to get in there. Okay, I'm way off the screen. It is like, I don't know if it's my screen or what. Okay, so I have a spot for monthly amount and annual amount and then notes. I'm going to fill out the annual amount, then figure out what not annual amount. Okay, what I would like to save. So I don't know about if that should be annual. It should probably be like goal, I think, more to, it can be anything that you kind of want it to be, but annual works good for most of these. So Christmas, like I said, would be $1,200. So obviously that is $100 a month that we need to save for that. I would like to see $1,000 end up in our vacation account. There is a vacation that we will be taking in 2022 and we will need probably almost $3,000 for that vacation. And this is really going to be used for other vacations that we go on with family. We're hoping to do a family vacation this year and we have a baseball vacation coming up and all that kind of stuff. So definitely one that I would like. All right, so emergency, I would like to have $1,000 in there, up to $1,000. So we already have 135 in there. Oh, actually we have 155 in there. So we're going to take 1,000 minus 155. So it leaves us with 845 that I would like to get to. 45 divided by, oops. That's putting about $70 a month in there. So yeah, I mean, this is one that I'm just like, we're building up to. Again, these are goals that I would like to do. I'm not going to be able to put $70 a month into emergency. These numbers are goals, like I said. So, I'm also like, if you watched my budget video from December, I mentioned that my husband is getting a bonus. We did end up getting that bonus. It wasn't quite as much as I was hoping it would be, but you know, anything is anything. And so I'm going to talk to my husband today and see if he wants to put $200 more towards our sinking funds. So that's what the kind of thing that I'll be doing with this is like, when we get some extra cash, where can we put it to help these sinking funds meet our goals? That kind of thing. So baseball, we are going to need a grand total of $1,400. Again, one that is often carried by fundraisers and us returning bottle things and all that kind of stuff. So it is, we often just put a couple of bucks towards it, and then we find other ways to fund that, not through our income. That is that. Okay, healthcare. We have 145 in there. I would like 500 put in there. I know it's not much. We have pretty good health care, or health insurance, all that kind of stuff. So, oh, whoops. Actually, I said 500. I would like 500, and I already have minus 145. But that's where I would like it to stay out. Is that I need, okay, so for medications, my little guy is on 2 medications a month for $20 a month. It looks like my husband's medication, we have no copays. Our insurance is definitely different like that. So, which I didn't get from reading it. So we need $240 annually, and we have $165 already in there, guys. So that's amazing. So we really need only 75 more to cover us for January. So yeah, that's great to know that we've put that much away in there. So that's only $6.25 a month. All right, card tags. We have $130 in there. Our card tags were about 300. I want to put 300. I want the goal to be 300. What did I say? We already have 130. But it will be due on my birthday. So this is what you got to think about. Oh no, this is annual. All right, that's what I got to think about. So every August, what have we been putting? Let's see. Card tags $30 a month. Oops. Yeah, so I put away $360 a year. So we're going to put $360. Because that will keep us going for the next year. So annually we put $360, if you understood that. All right, car maintenance. Again, that's one that I would like $1,000 in there. That's a goal. So some of these are goals. Some of these are what we actually have to have in there, like medication. We actually have to have that in there because that is something that actually gets paid every single month. Vacation is a sinking fund where we are saving up for something in the future that doesn't have a set price again. Something like that. All right, $30 again, $360 for that. Halloween, I wish I would have wrote this down earlier. Halloween, we do like $30 a kid for costumes. I think I said like $100 for Halloween. Yeah, so then we have, yes, so like we're gonna do $100 for Halloween, because it's like $30 a kid for a costume plus decorations and anything else that needs to go for Halloween. So 40 more was 100. Holiday meals. So this is between Thanksgiving, Christmas, honestly Easter, anything like that. I want to have 250 so that this does not come out of my grocery budget when we get there. So I would like to get 250 put into that. Birthdays, we are doing $100 per person ish. So like 100 bucks, 100. I think I was actually like 200 per kid. At first I was only doing this for my 2 kids. Now I've been thinking like, nope, this needs to be for anybody's birthday, like gifts. So I'm like mom, dad, his mom, all that kind of stuff. So now I would like this to be 500, and house maintenance, I would love for this to get to 1,000. Again, some of these are going to be things that I am not going to put in, monthly, that type of thing. So like, if I put in $10 a month, that will give us to 100, or to that. But honestly, like this one, again, this is Halloween, so if I want $100, I already have 20, I have $80, So it is. It's kind of confusing sometimes. I'm trying to explain it the best I can. So things like an emergency where I've already taken out 135, okay? I'm sorry, we had 155 in here. I took out the 155 because that's already put away, and this is what I want to get to by the end of this year is 845. So that is the year. Whereas when we go down to like a car maintenance, I would like we do have $55 put in there, or a Halloween where I have $20 put in there, but it needs to keep on going for the next year too. So like I just want $100 in there. It's hard to like, it's not hard to explain, but it is hard to explain sometimes. Again, like I said, I am going to keep this as open because I do believe once I shut off this camera, I'm going to remember about 4 more that I would like to put in there. But let's add this up. And oops, that was only $100 minus that I got. I did it again. I just put 900. And later, if I add things in, I will just take it out. We'll wait it out. Some of these are lofty goals too. I mean, $1,000 in vacation might not happen. There's months that I only put $5 because it is our least priority. Okay, sorry, I had a brief intermission. Okay, so I ended up totaling these up off camera because my husband came down to talk to me, and it looks like we would like to have $8,445 put into our sinking funds. And honestly, I think it's possible. Do I think that we might be back in the red over here? Possibly. But I also believe that this, like I've said before, that this income is not a total representation of what is going to happen. It's just, it is what it is, what I can predict right now. So doing a yearly budget is something that can change and change and change, which is why I wanted to do a friction pen, but I totally didn't like how that wrote. So, okay, so I am going to put $8,445 over there, especially since that one baseball account is definitely a fund that gets funded by a lot of fundraising and all that kind of stuff. That's just how it is. My boys do a ton of fundraising to play baseball. So, all right. So 2,400 plus 3,000. But this will also let me know. Okay. So there is one. This is another reason that you need to do this. This will also let me know that we need to hustle a little bit more. We need to bring in a little bit of extra income to meet our goals. And how would you know that if you did not do something like this? So that is $18,045. All right, now here is the dun 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 part of it. So we'll go income, fixed, variable. Ugh, can't get my thing straight. Okay. 44,804, or it will tell us that we can do this, that if we stick to this budget, we will be okay. I think my dog just got locked out. Trying to hear him scratch at the door. All right, so here we go. $44,804. Yeah, he did. $23,195. Hey, look at that. We will make it. We can do that. That is telling me right there that we can do it. We will have $3,564 left over after that. Did I not put in the 88 cents? Let's redo it because I didn't put in the 88 cents. 44,804 minus 23,195.88 minus 18,045. 563 12. I am so happy to see this. Like, I'm so happy to see this because this means that we can definitely put money. We could probably put at least $5,000 away or put it towards debt this year with me having a very low income. And again, this would be the lowest income that I've had in years. So normally I bring in about $40,000 from my photography business alone. So we'll see. I'm so excited. So excited to see this. So, okay. So there's that, which means that these are obtainable. These goals are obtainable. Things that we can put more into things. Now, one thing that might change that would definitely mess with this is another car. So, that is something we have to think about. I mean, we already spent $4,800 on the Acadia, which again, I am trying like all get out to get that refinanced, and get our thing done. So that means technically that we wouldn't want to get another car with a car payment over like $250, and that would wipe anything amount of savings that we would be able to do at this income. Now, going into the other car, I either would not like a car payment or I would not want to go above like 170-ish, 200. Which would bring us to $2,400. So we would still have about $1,000 in that. That's what I'm kind of expecting. And I already did put in for our car insurance to be higher. So that's good. Yeah, I think that is really good. And I really didn't see anything that was like so super eye-opening, because I think that right now our budget is so tight, from COVID and my husband losing his job and my business, taking one heck of a hit this year, that I think that we'll be doing just fine. I'm really hoping to get this number back up to about $60,000 this year with my income. That's going to take a lot of work. That's going to be raising my income by $16,000, but very much doable. Having $25,000 worth of income is doable. Very doable in my business. So we just got to get weddings back off the handle again. So, all right. I hope this helped you. Now, again, I have not set up this savings one. As I was thinking about it, I'm not going to quite set this up until I get into my 2021 budget, or my 2021 planner. But this is honestly just like more of a tracker. I want to literally track what's in my bank account, or like maybe what I kind of want to do. You know what? I lied. Do I lie all the darn time? What I want to do with this is this going to be a monthly tracker, because I do track our savings account monthly and what comes in and out monthly. Okay, this is what I'm going to do this monthly, but not like I'm going to track it monthly, yearly type thing. So we are going to do there we go. And I'll put in what we added, I should have probably put a starting, but that's okay. What we added, what we subtracted, and then what the balance is ending every single month, so that I can kind of see like it growing, hopefully growing, not decreasing. I think I might put a starting. I might do like a starting balance. There we go. As of January 1st. So there we go. Yay! I am so excited for this new year of budgeting. I really, really am. I really, really am. So, all right. I hope that helps you. I will have this kit linked in the description below, and we can definitely get it out to you to start the 2021. Usually I can get, orders out to you within a day and a half. or 2 days pretty much. The problem is right now shipping, and USPS is not doing the best job, but I'm trying to give them all of the grace because they have lots of orders. So I'm trying to get orders out as fast as I can so that shipping has enough time to get to you, but we should still be able to get kits out to you by the first of the year. This is not my planner. It's just a note pages. This is what I was just doing this in. So don't look at this. Anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you are new here and just finding me. I welcome. And hit that like button if you love this content. I will see you in the next one.